Welcome back to the Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Evie.
Hello?
And Nicole.
Hello, hello.
And this is Chain Reaction 4X15 on Stargate SG1.
The music here, I always remember it as the music from Avatar, but it came from here first, really earlier on.
Yeah.
Avatar. Oh, the threat level. Foxtrot.
Episode
Alpha
Alpha.
6.
Yeah. This is the song that plays when that happens.
Yep. Joel Goldsmith reusing tracks.
Yeah, reuse, recycle.
Yeah. Cost
I love that sound, the way it's
yeah.
So cool. Sorry, David.
No, you're good. I can remember it in my mind's ear.
My mind's ear. That's cute.
And they upgraded the blast the glass to resist staff weapons fire. So at least a couple of them. So, cool.
See, someone online commented that they came through very close together.
Yeah.
But I think they kind of had to.
Was that a problem?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Yeah, they just said, it seemed a bit odd that they came in so close together. Like they'd be kind of, having issues on the other side, jamming into one another.
Oh, you think so? Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, if they fit on this side, wouldn't they fit on the other side?
Yeah,
and they're sprinting for crying out loud.
So, good luck explaining those messes to the landlord, right?
The landlord,
not going to get their security deposit.
The taxpayer.
Yeah.
But this is an awfully convenient, with knowing what we know, this is an awfully convenient excuse for Hammond to be able to say, you know what, I'm done. So, and that's really all it is a convenient excuse, because their mission and their attack by the Jaffa has nothing to do with his circumstance right now. He was going to have to do it one way or the other.
No, he's just trying to,
The amount of times they've almost all died from him, letting things through. It's it doesn't make sense, and it's fishy from the beginning.
I think even Jack says we've been presumed dead before. I can't.
Right.
I don't buy. I don't buy the fact that you're doing this right
now. And that's a fair
moment.
Point. Yeah, that's them hanging the lantern on it. But in this circumstance, I watched the show and I was like, it's possible that Don would walk away. He's getting up there in years, and I was like, I believe that this could have been his last episode. Go ahead, Evie.
I was just gonna do my little rundown of
go ahead.
Proceed.
Yeah, so this episode guest stars the late Lawrence Dane as Major General Henry
May he
Bauer.
rest in peace.
So he's actually best known for his role in the horror comedy Bride of Chucky. He also starred in the 1977 horror thriller Rituals, which was basically Canada's answer to Deliverance. And he worked in 2 features as the straight man to John Candy's comic in the 70s. And he sadly died in 2022 at the age of 84 from pancreatic cancer. And speaking of Deliverance, we also see Ronnie Cox again.
Correct.
So this is his first appearance since season 1. It kind of just doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
It's funny because he's just such a pain in the bum, and I hate him so much.
Yeah.
General
Bauer?
Much. No, Ronnie Cox.
Oh, Ronnie Cox.
No, Kinsey, yeah.
They are two great actors, though. I'm really thrilled that we have these appear. You have to have someone that is a striking dichotomy to Hammond, and this guy delivers that. You have a harder edge. He kind of Landry is kind of in between, really, in terms of temperament.
He really is.
Yeah,
and Bauer is far at the other end. Not talking about corruption or anything else, but just in terms of temperament. I could have watched, half a season with Bauer. I really could. I think that could have added some interesting tension.
I'm not gonna lie. I never fully warmed up to Landry. There was always something off about him that I didn't like.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, Nicole. I guess I did like him, but I guess they didn't really have a chance to really flesh out his character all that well. I was going to say as well, the actor that we just saw exit the screen, the aide, she actually her name is Jackie Jansen, and she actually played a nurse in Crystal Skull. And she will make 3 more appearances in season 6, and her most notable role is as Jonas's crush in Metamorphosis, where Sam calls him out for being a chicken.
A chicken something.
Brilliant.
Yeah, chicken beef.
Oh gosh, I love this scene.
Yeah,
This is one of my favorites from the show.
Yeah.
Because everyone responds like they should in character.
I feel like I can deal with like, Mitchell, Vala, and Jonas coming in and being new parts of SG1, but the loss of Hammond is actually like
it's a big deal.
So painful, yeah.
It really is.
I love the looks of everyone in the background there, like, oh, are we gonna do this? No, he's not.
Yeah.
It's a great line.
So someone on Reddit actually expressed their relief that Took resisted the urge to break into song. And they drew a parallel to the Stargate Atlantis episode Critical Mass, where Taylor actually does sing.
Oh god, yeah.
I actually read somewhere as well. Yeah. Maybe you can hold a tune. I read somewhere that Lawrence Dane originally auditioned for the role of General Hammond when the series was being cast.
Really?
But I don't know how true that is. Yeah.
Okay. And I can ask some people. I'm aware that my understanding was that there were no auditions for Hammond.
That's what I kind of thought as well.
Don had it was I think it was a Rick request. So, because a lot of the team that did SG1, Rick brought over from MacGyver with Gecko Film Corp. So, there's a lot of that there. You don't often see a lot of the other SG units, so kind of nice that we get to see some of them.
The giant wrench, there it is.
Yes, yes, of course. So apparently the original idea for this episode didn't actually involve Mayborn, Kinsey, or the NID. It was actually about Hammond, who was facing a court-martial for alleged involvement in the death of a commander. And the story went through like significant changes during its development and became what we see now. But interestingly, this episode is listed as one of Don's favorites.
Really?
I mean, I like it because you get to see him at home,
Yeah.
It's like not just there being their dad all the time.
Also, I thought it was really sweet. Joe Malozzi in his blog described this episode as something truly special because it provided a deep exploration of Hammond's character, allowed us to see the man behind the uniform.
Yep.
And Malozzi also praised Don's outstanding performance, and he said that SG1's genuine admiration and affection for Hammond reflected the deep respect that Don had earned from the cast and crew.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a lot of screen time in an episode to make an impact on it. And he's the driving force of the show. So, this particular hour. So it works. He's shuffling everyone around. So they've both been taken off the front line.
I've got like Pegasus PTSD to Battlestar.
Oh, that's right.
I love
I'm integrating the crews. Yeah.
Yeah. Awful.
I love how the knock
yes,
kind of
one
mirrors
knock.
Jack's temper. It's just short.
Yeah.
That's true. Absolutely. New computer. New models.
Yes, it's a lot slimmer than the usual ones.
Oof.
He's so done.
Oh yeah, his bullet point summaries.
Oh my god.
He really should work on like doing compliment sandwiches. Where you do like a compliment
right,
on something negative and then another compliment.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You should have asked him to do what Woolsey did, where he gave Ronan that voice recorder thing.
Yeah.
And he's like,
oh yes. End report.
End report. Michael tried to attack. We stopped him.
End report.
Yeah, here we go.
So funny.
Yeah, I always wondered how he would handle another superior.
Not well.
I've never actually fully
realized
how similar the Pegasus Admiral dynamic is to like Commander Adama to this episode. Yes. Because he even just said there that Hammond's been letting a lot of things slide, and that's exactly
that's correct.
What Admiral Kane says to Adama. So that's very interesting.
Well, you got two great actors.
Yeah.
Michelle Forbes is excellent.
I love
role.
her so much.
And it was originally going to go to Dr. Quinn. Can you believe that? Would not have been
really?
nearly as good. The fact that it works as well as it does in Battlestar is because of her razor edge.
It takes a lot of razor. Yeah, we both great joke.
But hey, Stargate.
I love the way that people can come in and be such a force.
Yep.
It's just it's great. I do
you
feel his
one
power.
person, and it's like dropping a boulder in the water. So these are Brad Wright's actual kids.
Yeah, yep. I was going to say, yeah. So Kayla and Tessa Wright.
Yep. And I got to get the Windex now. Thanks so much.
I think you can kind of see the smudge when they're talking, like in the background.
It's brilliant.
I'd love to know whose house this is.
It's a nice house. Look how perfectly situated it is with like a lake there.
Yep.
I like the way he comes in, like with the kids though. Like Jack seems to have some sort of out of work rapport with Hammond and his family, and I think that's really special.
Yeah, they're in each other's lives, so it's important to see that there's an actual they're real people, you know.
Yeah. The team goes around there for barbecues.
Oh boy.
So Teal'c going to SG3.
Yes.
So Gateworld pointed out something really interesting about Teal'c. So they suggested that his decision to stick around even after Hammond's retirement and his reassignment might have been influenced by the changing situation on Chulak.
Yeah, he doesn't have anywhere to go right now.
His recent portrayal. Yep. Yeah, because he was obviously recently captured in the Serpent's Venom. So.
Yep. That's a fair point, because he doesn't take off. It's like, well, my services are no longer clearly wanted.
Yeah, because he's done that in the past, hasn't he? Where he's sort of gone, well, I'm not needed here. I need to go back home. But yeah, he's really got nowhere to go in this case. But
it's a good excuse, because with as much other story as going on here, they kind of have to stick him somewhere for the time being. So So is SG1 just like out of service right now? So O'Neill is stuck on Earth for the time being. They're cooling their heels.
Yeah, I assume so.
I guess so. Yeah.
So the only chance he has really to have run around and communicate with Mayborn and everything else.
Oh, NID. Yeah.
Can't wait.
This is an episode I never really rewatched that often.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it's one of my favorites it's one of my non-shipper favorites of this season.
Well, they really, in my opinion, should have mined as much as they can from the results of off-world activity on Earth, and this is one of those episodes. Lockwatcher says Hammond's house rear and Kenzie's house front is at 959 Groveland Road, West Vancouver, BC. Well, that makes sense. It's the same house. Thank you, really Lockwatcher. Cool.
So I guess the school pickup policies were a little bit more relaxed in the early 2000s.
This is pre 9/11. So there's it was a different world.
It wasn't even that long ago. It's crazy.
No, I still think that like 20 years ago was the 80s. It hurts my head that that's not the case.
A couple decades off there. Don't get near him, Colonel. Don't let him speak. He may curse you.
I'm excited.
No one else in there but him.
Hey, Boo. I missed
you. It's so good to see him again.
He's so menacing but sweet. Like, he's such a good guy, you know?
With our surveillance state today, I don't think Jack would have been able to get close to him.
No.
I think whatever the NID is now would have stopped him.
Let alone get him out.
Yeah. I mean, just
even on a day pass.
The paperwork that he's doing to go through result would be all digital now. Someone would flag him and say, hey, O'Neill's going and talking with him. We got to stop this. So he'd have to like talk to him through the internet or something.
It's never good when the new person comes in and is like, want to build a bigger bomb.
Trying to throw their weight around.
Yeah. What is it Vala says? You want big weapons that fire big missiles. Overcompensating. I love her so much.
Oh, is that then they visit Washington?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah,
maybe
they're associates, not friends.
He really is.
What a great performance! This episode is chock full of excellent performances.
Yeah,
it really is.
You know what? I'm for the first time realizing how jam-packed this is.
Packed full of
I
jam.
don't watch this one often, so yeah.
Oh, they really just do spark on screen.
Mm-hmm. Their chemistry.
The twinkles in his eyes.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to get to know Tom.
We were lucky enough to have food with Tom.
And that was one of the nice little side things from it. Yeah. We got our COVID tests and went over there and said hey to him. This is about 2.5 years ago at this point. And yeah, we had lunch outside and he took us down. Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Oof.
Once you are above a certain rank in the military, your job is very much political.
Yeah.
Just all there is to it.
I do love him calling him out there. He's like, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mayborn's always
done
been
some
like,
pretty despicable things too, Jack.
Exactly. Don't pretend to not want to get your hands dirty. Your hands have been dirty.
Well, also, that's the thing. It's like Jack's done a lot of bad stuff in the past in his own way, and you do a lot for your country when you serve in the military. So it's like, whew, you know.
But when you save Earth, how many times they have? It's easy to be like, oh yeah. Before that, I did have to do a lot of stuff that I was not thrilled about.
Sorry, Harry just said before quid pro quo, which is our first of 2 deliberate references to Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh. Deliberate, like Joe Malazzi said they were deliberate?
Yep. Yes.
Wow,
he said they were
okay.
Deliberate. Yeah.
One big one. Great line.
Yeah, it is.
And Jack said it. Air Force One and I go way back.
I did find it interesting that we don't really see the president until Henry Hayes comes in.
Yes.
Yes.
That was a big save. That was for the movie because they knew that it would have to be a really big deal.
I love Henry Hayes. He was great.
Yep.
Yeah, I like
trying to get William Devane on for a long time.
Yeah, things did not go to plan.
No.
Although Bauer doesn't seem to be too bothered, really. I mean, he asks about Major Wade, but he kind of just goes from,
dead.
Oh, he's dead? Okay, well, did you get what you needed?
Well, I assume as well, though, that he's receiving a lot of heat from upstairs because he was kind of forced and manipulated into this position. I wonder if he was getting his own threats on his own end, mirroring Hammond's threats as well. I don't know. I'm just wondering.
So I'm pretty sure the outside of that building apartment is located on
Beach
Avenue in Vancouver.
I think so.
Mm.
I love how even though he was, in prison on death row, he still got this side place, It's cleared out, ready for an Airbnb, just bring some furniture in.
Yes. From IKEA.
Yeah.
Charles Bliss.
Beer and mustard diet.
There we go.
Oh, I love the beer and mustard diet. The old floppy disk.
Yep.
I just want to say I did have floppy disks.
Yep.
I'm young, but I did experience them. So
we grew up with them.
Yes.
Yeah. I grew up with CDs with floppy disks being phased out.
I loved pressing the little button to kick the disc back out.
Memory sticks. Yeah. I missed that button.
Yep.
That was a good time. It was fun playing with it. Yeah. It's like ASMR. Good for my brain.
David, buy some gold for your portfolio. What is he referring to? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. I have gold. I do have gold.
Yeah, I know. So Harry is using the username Menard, named after the director of photography, Jim Menard.
That's right.
And also the browser address field shows that Mayborn's Findorama login page is not on the internet, but on the computer's hard drive.
Well.
Very close. I did always wonder what would happen if we continued to pursue the Naquita nuke option, and we we really get the end result with this episode. You can build
like
a bomb
Naquita
big enough
reactors.
that you're really stuck.
Yeah.
Naquita reactors are awesome. Naquita nukes, your mileage may vary.
Oh, David, apparently William, I don't know how to say his name now, but is that Devane?
Devane.
Sells gold on TV.
Oh, yes. I think he's with
does he really?
Goldline. Yeah. That's
so
what
not
it
Naquita?
Is. No, right. Devane Gold Products. Who does he is with Roslyn Capital. Oh gosh, that's right. Yeah.
Lord Watcher, I'm sad we didn't
so
get
he's
that
been
joke.
from
I'm
president
sorry.
to that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think that those ads are just stateside, but I may be wrong.
They don't sound familiar to me, but I don't watch a lot of like commercial TV.
No.
And Harry's got it right there.
Yes.
I love that Mayborn went from like really like the worst to using all his nefarious evil doings for good.
This is true.
Well, it benefits him too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's not going to do it if it doesn't benefit him.
He's such a nice guy by the end of the show.
He's not really.
Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean,
he means well.
He is principled. But
yeah,
you know,
he means well.
He's
but
somewhere
like,
between a terrorist and Edward Snowden.
What happened for him to become so the worst and then become so, the king?
He sold information to the Ruskies.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but like, but how did he grow up?
There's
What were his parents like?
That's what it is.
Like, I want to know what happened in that head of his, in that damn fine head of his. What happened to Harry Mayborn? I want a whole psychological.
You want like
evaluation.
a prequel
or
something, like some sort of series based
Stargate,
but just on Mayborn.
It got too hot. He pissed off the wrong people, by trying to whoop.
Oop.
There we go.
Goodbye.
And
Nice.
he agreed to do some things that were not above board, and then people held things over his head, and then he fled.
Yeah. I just love him so much. Like by the end, he's just like such a nice guy.
This is true.
I don't think he's a nice guy, but I think that's why I like him so much. He's got an edge.
By the end, he's a nice guy,
his
but
character.
Yeah.
He like wants to save everybody, and he's renaming things to Guango. Like what a guy.
So this was shot on location at Sunset Beach Park, which is literally across the road from Harry's
house.
Yeah. Also, what's it with Harry and wieners? Like Jack says,
that's
true.
He does love his good. He does love his hot dogs.
Yeah.
I want a hot dog now.
We got some good ones on the corners and the street vendors in Nashville.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they're really good. Yummy. Deli Smokies and something.
Jeez, Jack. Oh.
I know how far you're willing to go.
Yeah.
Pay a visit to someone who only shows up for clip shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how he's like teaching Jack how to live on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big bite.
Mm-hmm.
You look like it was any, like bread as well.
Yeah, he didn't put any like mustard or ketchup on it. Like, what are you doing, Mabel?
Yeah.
Are you sure he didn't?
I didn't see any. I'm suspicious.
I bet there's mustard in there.
I hope there is.
Yeah, you need some sort of hot dog lubricant. Otherwise, it's just
it's just too much
bread.
It's just a wiener. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't just the bomb. It was the bomb plus the planet. I forgot about that.
Yes, yeah.
And he wanted
it
to be like amplified.
Of Naquadah, but she didn't know about that. So Sam is speaking much more assertively than she has in the past.
Yep.
Do you think she's been influenced by Jack's insubordinate nature?
100%. Well, SG1 is the most insubordinate team.
I think that's a part of it, but I think that she's absolutely terrified.
Yeah.
She has no idea what the outcome will be. And
also,
the outcome is
no
that they
need
can't
to
shut the freaking gate off
this planet either.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary.
It's going to be put on her to try and solve the problem.
Correct.
As well.
She has to deal with it.
So a Redditor called it snarky respectfulness and said that they enjoyed the wide range of inflections that she puts on the word sir, which is so true.
Yeah. The one thing that makes me quite sad for Sam is that like everything was on her. My favorite thing about like Atlantis is that McKay has the linker, and they're just sitting there like when they're having to build their A-bombs, they're like, oh yeah, we're just sitting here making the bombs, you know, and then you guys come crawling to us to fix your problems.
Yeah.
And it's like poor Sam has no one to back her up.
A Bauer originated from the Pentagon, and in the following season we learn that McKay is deemed the preeminent Stargate authority there, so you could kind of speculate whether McKay's influence contributed to the questionable decisions in this episode.
I'm sure they crossed
it did.
Paths.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Hurts me.
So, that's a really great nod.
Yeah. So this is a private home in Groveland Road, I think, West Vancouver.
It's the other side of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's production getting their
not money's worth, but you know, that I guess kind of money's worth, because they can just shoot a couple of scenes back to back and then just spread it across the episode.
He has guests.
The worst guy.
I was thrilled that he came back for this.
His wife seems so
me
pleasant.
too.
Like,
she's a snake.
Yeah, so
she's totally in on it.
That's Patty Allen, and this is her only Stargate episode, but she's a bit of a fixture in Canadian Christmas films.
Oh.
She's done about 5 in the past 3 years.
Oh,
half of Washington's in here.
Yeah.
And so
you're saying she's a snake, as in like she's totally on all this.
She's in on
crap.
all of this. She calls
she
the NID.
Seems so pleasant. What a liar.
So who is this?
That is Zoe, the Australian Shepherd. So she was RDA's dog, and she passed away in 2012.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Zoe makes an appearance in 200.
Oh, does she?
Oh yeah. With the in the car with the hands on the wheel. Oh my god.
Yes, of course she does. Oh yes. I'm just picturing it right now. There was actually a discussion on Reddit much along the same lines as you were saying, David, like she's in on it. So they proposed that Mrs. Kinsey feigned ignorance intentionally, because you can see like a notable shift in her demeanor, like just then. And another person jokingly suggested that she was the true architect behind the rogue NID.
I would love that so much.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That would absolutely, I'm not going to lie.
Have you seen Macbeth? I mean, come on.
Yes.
Wow, that was a boom.
Big boom.
This is Sam's I told you so, but
yeah,
you know, they're in a bit of strife, so she can't really say that right now.
Yeah, good luck.
We would love to. We would love to. Having an issue complying.
You have a human computer system.
Is that a joke to upgrades?
Yes.
You have a human computer system interfacing with alien technology, dealing with a subspace field that you have really no idea how to shut off. You know, we talk to this thing with pulses, apparently, and we're not communicating with the right pulses, or it's not understanding right now.
Candy Mitch said McKay blew up a solar system in Atlantis, didn't he? And Jacob went only 5'6".
It's not an exact science.
So this back room that they're about to go to, the security station on level 16, is this the first time we're seeing it?
Level 16? I think it might be. Yeah.
Because we definitely go back to it.
We only see it a couple times more, and I think one of the next times we see it is Proving Ground, isn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah. It's weird that I just remember that little, like, why is that what I remember? Get over it, you. I wanted to call him bad words, so
I love Jack in this scene. He goes there.
Yeah, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Working with you.
Yep.
It is funny to see Harry on the other side of this.
Yeah. So there's a kind of a bit coming up that people mistake as a goof, but it's not. So it sounds like in a second that Kinsey calls Jack a general, but he actually says gentleman.
Yeah.
But even the subtitles, you notice, actually say general.
They're really interesting. Okay.
No.
Trust him more than you, though.
So he says, "I'm sorry, General," but I'm sorry, gentleman. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
What's it with the bow tie that just makes him look just a little bit more sleazy?
Yeah, I hate it. Can I just say that isn't his password Oscar on his computer or something?
Yes.
So like, I failed that trivia question one time because I didn't watch this episode enough. Oh, I love this. Jack, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, he's surprised. You showed me how to get dirty. Why are you surprised?
But Oscar being that like the password that he has is such a like a boomer thing to do. You know,
oh, absolutely.
Well, I was going to say, like, he's a man that really needs a password manager and
he really does.
authentication.
Exactly. My nan is like has the same password on everything, and it's all like the worst. And I'm just like,
pray that she never gets hacked.
Yeah.
No, I literally have to use a password manager because, like, for my work, I have at least like 20 other passwords. Plus,
I have one password and I love
websites.
it. I've had it for 5 years and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Wow.
Melting the iris is a bit of a problem.
Yep.
We got a while to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's gonna be next a long happens, 17 minutes.
Anubis, isn't it? When
it's pretty close, yeah.
Oh yes. You know.
Not waving, pointing.
That's the kind of stuff that like good. I say to like my boss. Like my boss will say something to me, and I'm like, no.
One of these days, your ass is gonna get fired.
Yeah. I've got such an attitude.
I know you do. You got to be careful.
You do have some chewed.
I know. No, don't worry. It's all in good humor.
Yeah. You think you're Jack O'Neill.
Yeah, you've got a Hammond at the good, but you might, eventually have a Bauer that you
I've got Hammond after Hammond. I'm terrified of the day I get a Bauer.
That's good.
I mean that respectfully to my two previous managers. I love you guys so much if you're watching.
Needs a password.
White meat or dark
meat? Doggo.
Yeah, and a combination of numbers.
God, I'd hate to be related to this man.
Yeah. I bet other than the wife, none of them even know it.
Yeah.
He's a pupper.
He's so cute.
He
looks just like my uncle's dog. My uncle is the same breed.
They're smart as hell.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, make your encryption a little better, please.
Based on this, Kinsey's involvement with the NID would date back to the early episodes of season 3, a period following the shutdown of the Gate by Kinsey in politics and the recovery of the Beta Gate from NID operatives in Touchstone. However, I mean, you could say that his participation may have predated his.
Oh, I suspect
record.
it goes
I'm sure it did.
Right back around to the first Gould attack.
Yeah. The Pandora's box crap again.
The gate, i.e. the box, is already open.
Exactly.
You know, Kinsey, I had this interesting conversation with Robert Cooper. Kinsey is hated far more than the Goa'uld, like Ball, and people are like, oh, I love Ball.
Oh, I love Ball.
Kinsey. And Rob made the interesting, observation. Well, politicians are real. You know, there are things that we can actually relate to.
Yeah, and, exactly.
You know, it's easy to off a Goa'uld and win at the end of the day, but politicians you can't. Yeah.
I don't want to offer
life
you
doesn't work that way.
I want that noted. But obviously,
but the sense of powerlessness with people is often real.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's way more he's way more relatable.
Because, look at Kinsey. Yeah.
So, if I'm not mistaken, this evidence is later referenced in Inauguration and Lost City Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's correct. The same disc. And we're told that's not the only copy. Oh, please. I have enough on you to have you shot.
Oh, I love Henry Hayes so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Oof.
Yep. Stupid passwords.
Honestly, you think the NID would give him a handbook on passwords?
Right.
Given that back then we didn't have those password creating thingies.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Here we go.
There's a manual. Get him a
Great
book
wife.
for passwords for dummies.
Uh-oh.
Well.
Yeah, he could have at least spelt Oscar with capitals
with
and
a K.
lowercase letters or something. Yeah.
And maybe the year he was born as well.
Couple of symbols.
And back then, I think you could probably get away with just putting that in. I think software would have allowed you to do that, but now there's no way. Your password is not strong enough.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we just would have said 2 week if you just put in Oscar.
Yeah.
I don't know what keeps them from following them down the road. I guess it may be rush hour, but
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. The power of the flip phone.
Yep,
I miss it. You have to flip that thing open. Just be like, hey.
I had a pink one for a while, I
had a pink one for a while.
I did not have a pink one.
I had phones just before, the iPhones and touchscreens started becoming a thing.
Yes, yeah, that was the last phone that I had, I think, before I got my first iPhone.
Was yours also a Motorola?
No, I think mine was a Nokia or something. I can't remember.
I definitely had
no, it was something else. It was like a V phone. I can't remember.
Nokia slap though.
Oh,
nice.
Here we go. Worm space hole.
Yeah. So the 38 minutes is give or take a few seconds.
Evidently, yeah.
Well,
yeah, that was a close call.
He's not cut out for this.
Yeah, that could have been so much worse.
So a Gate World reviewer said that the character of Bauer started out as a typical new boss, making changes and ignoring the team's advice.
Yeah.
However, he was more layered than expected.
He's big enough to apologize.
His imperfections.
I love that.
And he ultimately acknowledged his faults. But despite his risky actions, there were no catastrophic results, which gave his character more depth.
Yeah.
Watch how she pulls her hand away from Jack.
Oh.
You notice that?
Yes.
Yeah, she is slime.
Yeah, but she's calculating. I actually love how they just jump into their car. The guys that came to take them out.
Oh, dear,
because he just knew that Kinsey wouldn't be able to resist talking to the press and bragging about himself.
So the question is, did Jack just accelerate his plans for the White House, or did Jack create his election prospect?
I feel like he accelerated.
Yeah.
Kinsey's such a turd that he would definitely aim for that. But I'd be terrified. The way Jack's just yeah, hi guys, bye guys. I'd be absolutely pooping myself. Bruh, you let me down every day. Be quiet.
They're just gonna like yeet off with their car.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Is it their car?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's the one that they rocked up in.
Oh, okay. That's how they don't follow them. Okay. That would do it.
So you'll notice that Jack and Hammond are wearing these like black pens. So these are actually
I hate the pen mics. No.
Dosimeters. They're used to measure radiation exposure. So I think it's a great sort of little attention to detail.
Is that what that is?
So
yeah.
silly.
It didn't even register to me.
No, me neither. I remember thinking it was kind of odd because I haven't seen them have pens like that before.
Yeah, they're not talking about it in dialogue.
Radiation measuring things.
Wow, well done.
That is so much better.
I've never noticed these things.
I've always hated them with a passion, and now I don't. Thank you, Evie.
You thought that they were microphones?
That. Oh, they just look like mics.
They do.
I was like, why the hell would they have little
pens?
Radiation meters. A, that's awesome. B, how could I have never noticed them?
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, Evie and I did this.
One of the greatest scenes.
With Tom on the beach.
You want to tell that story?
Let me just say this. The phone conversation is actually another nod to the ending of Silence of the Lambs, where Lecter calls Clarice from an exotic location. So, in a way, I guess you could say that the cat and mouse dynamic between Harry and Jack isn't dissimilar. So, but Nicole, you go for it.
Oh God. Oh yeah. So part of our lovely lunch and outing with Tom was reminiscing about Stargate and going to the water and going to this exact spot and then just recreating this little moment with me and Evie. And
we taped it and we will be releasing it at some point here.
Yeah, so I always have like a huge smile on my face when I watch this scene.
Yeah.
Because I just keep on like imagining Nicole and I with like Tom in the middle.
Yeah.
Like dancing down to the foreshore, sort of like 22 years after this episode. And David was like imitating the steel drums with his mouth in the background.
Dun, 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 dun. This is a great exchange. Just, I need you to buy back my soul.
So I read somewhere that the original ending of the story actually involved Mayborn walking free while Jack turned a blind eye, but they changed the ending because that didn't really align with Jack's character.
And that was what you saw at the end there. That was just improv.
Mm.
The gal was walking by and he grabbed her and they walked down to the beach.
You want to be at a TV show for 2 seconds?
Right,
Let's
exactly.
Go.
Well, I mean, they're all extras.
Extras, yeah.
But you want to be on screen for a second? Boom.
So funny.
Yeah.
And I think that really sparked the change in his character in terms of taking it in a more comic light direction. That and the fact is that RDA was always on to bring Tom back because they loved having RDA like on point, and when Tom would be there, RDA would be totally down for it.
Yeah.
So
I absolutely
they have
love
just like the most amazing on-screen chemistry.
They really do.
Yeah.
Honestly. I used to think romantic chemistry was important, and as I've grown up, I've been like, man, friendship and that kind of thing is top tier. So.
Starsky and Hutch. Chain reaction. Thanks for watching.